Good dog, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So it's been a while since this happened, but I'm actually outnumbered here. Maybe not outgunned though, because I have 4 battlecruisers. They have 1 battleship, although it does have bigger guns than mine, 18.1-inch guns versus my 15s. They also have 3 Oakland class light cruisers. Not too worried. And also a bunch of these cheap destroyers. I got 3 of my Vikings, which are also very cheap and even smaller than the American ones, but at least they've got very decent torpedo armament. So let's go. Let's see how this goes. All right. Okay, everything is actually organized already. Nice. That saves me some work. I can just do this, and off we go. And the battleship Bainbridge has spotted me first. Somewhere. There it is. Let's see what this is all about. Yeah, it's got 6 18-inch guns. Mark 5s, so they're pretty hefty. Cordite 3 and TNT 3. Yeah. So they do outrange me. They don't have that much more armor though, despite being a battleship. But yeah, no, it's that those third inner layers. I don't really have anything to go through that. What else do you have? Super heavy shells and cordite 3. So that could be potentially explosive. Yeah, I'm outranged by about 10 kilometers. I just hope they don't score too many hits while I try to close in. They've already opened fire, so... Hang on, what kind of speed do you have? 27 knots. Okay, they've switched to targeting my destroyers. That's, I mean, sure, fine. Nice. My almost said battleships, battle cruisers, already opening up. Let's go. 2 can target the battleships, and the last 2 can target some cruisers. Destroyers are almost in range already, because the enemy is closing in, despite having a pretty decent range advantage on that battleship. Okay, Viking 24 has taken 1 hit. She can launch torpedoes right now, and the rest of the squadron can also close in. Actually, all of you just... No, wait. Better idea. You can actually target that destroyer. Because it seems to be following the battleship. Alright, we got the torps in the water. Might hit. Would be nice. Okay, that's why she's suddenly not taking any hits. These two ships that I had explicitly target the battleship, they switched fire. They kept the secondaries targeting the battleship. But that's not really what I'm interested in. Very cool, very nice. There we go, 2 torpedoes hit the battleship. We're gonna get a couple more, I think. These look like they're gonna maybe hit. No. We did not get more. Oh, we did score some hits on the enemy destroyers though, but that's not really that interesting. But those 2 torpedo hits on the enemy battleship, they did do some damage. Despite it having anti-torp 5 and triple bottom. Let's keep these 2 around. Hopefully I can get some more flooding on Bainbridge. Keep it from firing back. Helge Jordal is taking hits, but it's not serious yet. It's been overpens. There we go. That's the flash fire I was hoping for. The super heavy shells and the cordite propellants kicking in. And my ships do that thing again, where some of them have switched their main guns to targeting something else. There we go. Because these did not have that impressive torpedo range, did they? No, 13. Yeah, there we go. We are sinking the battleship with that. We're scoring some huge hits on Zumwalt. Need a little bit more aft flooding on Bainbridge. And I think that's what we just got. We'll see. Meanwhile, this light cruiser is not doing too well. Poor little ship. Expensive though, almost $1 billion. I'm not getting those flooding hits that I wanted on Bainbridge. But at least she's no threat at the moment, not firing back. Too much of an angle. Maybe something like this. Perhaps? Those hits didn't do much though. Right now I'm kind of wishing I had a light cruiser of my own to just send in and deal with all these destroyers. I got plenty of ammunition left. Almost 1,000 AP rounds and a decent amount of HE as well. In fact, I want you all firing AP right now because you might need that HE for the destroyers. Bainbridge might be just too much angled over. What's happened to you? Oh. It is actually firing back. Found an angle. I was just considering to cease fire on the enemy battleship and just deal with the other ships while calling back the destroyers, but now she's gonna flood out. Not before dealing a pretty hefty blow to Roald Amundsen though. Select some targets here. Hambleton is gonna sink. There she goes. The light cruisers are hiding here in the smoke screens. I'm just gonna finish off the destroyers first. And Reed probably had enough. Zumwalt had enough. And one for each. Perfect. And there are those cruisers. Which is nice because we're just about done with these. Maybe? There we go. That's what I was after. And of course they did the thing again where they kept the secondaries targeted on what I wanted them to target and switched the main guns to something else. There we go, that's Mayan gone. And now, one destroyer left, 2 light cruisers. Although these are... Detroit is in decent shape. For now. There we go, 2 on each. Perfect. If we can just score some hits. "30 kilometers is not that long of a range in the 1950s. Well, maybe for the 15s. Let's just up the game speed here and have these 2 finished off. Maybe. There we go. That's Detroit gone, I think. Yeah. Just Boise left. And there we go. The last bit of flooding that was needed. Nice. Alright. Alright. Now let's see what else we have to do. Oh, 2 more battleships. 2 more Bainbridge class battleships. This time they're up against one of my battle cruisers. I do have a bit of an escort, but it's not too much. I think I'm gonna send the cruisers home. And I hear thunder. Let's see, you are going home. You're going home. You 2 are low on torpedoes. 2 torpedoes. Two torpedoes each. That means you're also going home. Because you kind of do not have a purpose here if you don't have torpedoes. That means Bustenschall will have to do this on her own. And she's got smaller guns than the ships we had in the previous battle. New Jersey has spotted my ship. I am apparently spotting them too, so at least I'm not being outspotted. I mean, that's a pretty decent looking ship though. Like, you can imagine if they made something like a South Dakota or North Carolina, and instead of 9 16s gave it 6 18-inch guns, it would look a lot like this. Just maybe with, you know, the secondaries not being dumb. But overall, the layout is not bad. There we go. And due to the weather, I can only sail at 27 knots, not my my top speed of 36. They're going to be slowed down too, but they don't like rely on speed to the same extent as I do. It's gonna hit. Let's see, let's try with AP. See if maybe I can get some full penetrations on the extended armor belts or superstructure. Maybe if I can just hit. There we go. 4 belt penetration. Blocked and ricochet. They're scoring partial pens. Let's go back to HE. So I think at this range might be enough to go through the extendeds. If I get further away, I'm switching back to AP. See, New Jersey has taken now a little bit of flooding. There we go. That's what I was afraid of. Full penetrations. There we go. We did score a main belt pen in return on New Jersey. And I got my funnel out, so I was turning around. It cost me some ammo. And one of my aft turrets. I do want to retreat, but I also do not want to, like, not be at a flat broadside. Because that's just too dangerous. I think we're losing Bustenschall. I can now only see one of the ships because my main tower is out. And what little speed advantage I had in this storm is now gone. At least now it should be harder for them to... Oh, there we go. Structural damage. Yeah. I think it's the extended armors that are too light. Alright. One light cruiser. And we have spotted the enemy ship. I've got a whole bunch of big guns here. Let's see, torpedoes off. If those two destroyers I had in the previous battle, if they only were not out of torpedoes, it might have gone differently. Because I think with that kind of weather, they would be able to get close enough to the enemy using smoke launchers, to the enemy battleships, that they'd be able to launch without being seen. Oh yeah, this is the one that doesn't sink. Can still just get its structure though. Anyway. And one more. Same type. Enemy ship spotted. First salvo is going out. at pretty long range. There we go. That's one full penetration. See if we can get a couple more. Are we switch to AP now? I'm wondering if maybe HE would be more effective here. That's what that first big hit was using. There we go. Because we're not going to flood this anyway, because it's got the magic foam. And there we go. Nice. Alright. One more meeting. 3 destroyers. Okay. And they have been spotted. And we are firing. I brought the cruisers along too. They got pretty close. Oof. Yeah. We can do one on each from each division. And yeah, not much of a surprise here, but this was a pretty easy win. Now then, that was, I think, all the meeting battles this month. There's also a convoy battle, but first, let's see here, naval invasion. Oh, that's France. Never mind. Southern England. Yeah, the army is not going to get this one done. So it's up to the navy. Well, almost 1,000,000 tons. I will probably need 1,000,000 to actually get it done. Let's see, which are these? Alright. Now let's see, where will that invasion circle show up? I'm not sure. It's gonna be here somewhere, right? Yeah, I'm thinking I will have enough enough tonnage for that. By just combining everything. Well, not combining it, but having it all in the circle. Let's see. you guys can just move on up to Scapa Flow. Come on there. And you can get this destroyer as well. Well, the rest of these ships, well, they will have to find out where those pesky American battleships went. They went here because they took the Seychelles from me. I was pretty confident I was going to be able to keep that because I didn't know about those battleships. But there we go. These ships will have to move somewhere else. Madras, probably. Now we're getting this one done though. 4 battle cruisers. Okay, so I do have some ships here in this region. Now let's do the convoy battle. Sardinia. How has the United States launched a naval invasion here? Do they have any ships here at all? Well, they shouldn't. Alright. One of these French light cruisers. Is it? Yeah, no, it is. I'm pretty sure. The one we've seen quite a few times. It's not very impressive. No, it isn't. This is something else. This is not the one I thought it was. It just happened to have a similar price tag. I mean, that's okay. This might not be bad. Sure, it's got single guns. I would have liked to see it having at least doubles. But overall, I'm not opposed to that. So let's see, maybe do the old launch torpedoes at the transports trick and hope they accidentally hit the light cruiser. Musket. It's my torpedo target. I'm just going to complete the turn. And there we go. And yeah, no torpedo hits. But it was almost. My torpedoes ended up in like roughly the right area. I'm being torpedo targeted now. But at least I can spot the torpedoes from quite far away. There we go. A bit of flooding. Nice. Let's see if AP is more effective. Let's see, we kind of extended 0.6. Yeah, no, maybe. Right, let's get a little bit closer here. I'm pretty confident that Autumn can take on, what was it, Château. Maybe. More of your torpedoes. Your bow torpedo. That's very quaint. Having a bow torpedo. But I guess the AI will just put torpedoes wherever it can. At this range, my armor is a bit vulnerable. I've lost an engine. They are kind of close to surrendering. Had to double check that these transports were not armed with torpedoes. 41%. And I think it's gonna sink. Yeah. Alright, transports. So we've taken some damage. Most of it is flooding and stuff. Structure is at 70%. That's not too bad. It's not gonna take too long to repair. Not on a light cruiser. So yeah, no, that was actually a not bad ship you had there, France. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. That was not terrible. And somehow they kept the cost at pretty much the same level as the previous French light cruiser class. That was terrible. Like 250 million. in the 1950s. That's quite a steal. And there we go. All 3 transports surrendered. Now, other than the naval invasion of southern England, the main event now will be hunting down and sinking those American battleships as revenge. Okay, we're gonna have some invasions complete next turn. These 2. And then I need to start some more invasions down here. And also Western India. So, yeah. Let's go. Alright, we're a bit over the shipbuilding capacity. Okay, so I'm no longer blockading them, but then I am blockading them. Right. Alright, another one of these. Yeah, they've been churning out battleships. Minnesota class. That's a different one. That's a totally different one. So they got a battleship and 8 transports. I got some cruisers and destroyers. That's I mean, we gotta do it, right? Well, not actually. I don't think it's a mandatory battle. You could probably have disengaged, but it could be a fun fight. Okay, so they've built some kind of modernized dreadnought. Alright, a couple of heavy cruisers, mismatched classes. I think you are just gonna go follow the cruisers for now. There we go. There are the transports. You do not have torpedoes. All right. Okay, so they start pretty close. So first things first, as usual, but this time even more important, gotta turn those torpedoes off so I don't accidentally launch them into my own ships. Well, they're not quite that close, but it's close to being close. Let's take a look at this. Man, that is ugly. Mark 5 17-inch guns. Kind of light in the armor department. It's got anti-torp 4 and triple bottom. And being a modernized dreadnought, it is of course kind of slow. Also only 35,000 tons. But being kind of slow and fat means it's probably a little bit easier to actually score torpedo hits. And we are smoking. Okay, we're just gonna come straight for my destroyers. Let's see. How close do I dare get before launching? I mean, the angle isn't good because it's coming straight for me. So we're gonna have to split you up a little bit. Also, we got Viking 27 coming in here. I'm gonna deal with the transports later. This takes priority. Launch your torpedoes first. 5 away. Now you can launch. Viking 27 will have a pretty good angle here. Or maybe like this. Where you can see the destroyers coming in close. Very close. Quite as good as I thought, but it's not too bad. It was pretty bad. It was dead torpedoes. All dead torpedoes. Anyway, you can start targeting the transports. Viking can attempt to get home. Because the J-48s do not carry reloads to their torpedoes. Viking 27 does. I don't think she's gonna survive this. Or maybe. Maybe. We've done quite a bit of damage to Minnesota. Yeah, those light extended belts and superstructure probably won't offer too much protection against my cruisers. No, we're actually getting it down. And meanwhile, 4811 is doing pretty good work with the transports. Might be a surrender kill. What are you doing, 4812? I want you to target transports first and foremost. Not the battleship. Kind of payback for that battlecruiser I lost. This is not one of those battleships, though. This is a an entirely different class. And all the transports are gone. Just have the battleship left. %, crew loss. No, it's gonna be flooding actually. You should have surrendered sooner. And there we go. All right. So that was that, and then we're gonna attack an undefended port, and again, and this one we're gonna have to do next time. These are not the battleships I was looking for. I think they are down here now, or somewhere else. But we're gonna snack on these next time. Goodbye, and take care.